Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to the Bradford save where I am going to start with something that shows you the scale of the challenge that lies before me here in the Championship, which is the amount of money other teams in the Championship are paying their players. Even relegated West Ham offloading £94 million worth of players still have a wage budget of £38.36 million. Now, admittedly that does scale down pretty much quite quickly to around 20 million for some of these sort of playoff contenders for the most part, and then it goes to around about 10 for the sort of 10-15 for the rest of the league. However, I'm just going to slowly scroll down to just so you can see the 23rd at the very bottom here, the two teams that came up with me, Portsmouth and Barnsley, 6 million and 7 million apiece there. A bunch of ones here just under 10. Bolton just the last one that's under 10 million a year. Now I'm going to show you Bradford's annual wage budget. Yep. Just over half of Portsmouth who came up with me, for crying out loud. Yeah, £3.59 million is what we're spending on wages. That's what I'm restricted to. I don't really have a lot of room left. I think I've got about £2 grand a week left in my wage budget. So not really going to increase that in January at the best of situations. £3.59 million, just a casual reminder. 38 for West Ham, more than 10 times. This is the challenge that I have right now. That being said, if you'd paid attention there, you would have seen the position that we're in, which is 14th. 11 points from 8 games, which isn't bad, especially considering we're predicted to be stone dead last. And let's face it, didn't have the easiest of starts either, in terms of the teams we're facing. Now, what you saw in the first episode here was the 1-0 loss to Cardiff, kind of as I expected things to go. But things kind of took a dramatic upswing there with an exciting 3-2 win against Blackburn, where we came from 2-0 behind, in fact, which was pretty good going on our front there. 2-0 against Doncaster in the Carabao Cup. Then we lost to Wigan away. 2-0 against Birmingham was pretty good. And then 1-0 at home to Fulham, who are also relegated. Owen Doyle getting on the score sheet. I'm in a really weird situation where both of my strikers have sort of put in equal amounts of decentness. So I'm not really sure who to start in the striker position at this point, which is annoying. That was followed up by this ridiculous match. We went 1-0 up against Bournemouth and then 2-1 down, and then we managed to win 3-2 away from home at Bournemouth. So we're still in the Carabao Cup, and we have Wolves, which is one of the games I'm actually going to bring you today, because we keep sort of beating Premier League opposition in the second round of the Carabao Cup, and this time I want to show you one of these matches. So Sheffield United and Wolves are the matches today. However, I'm just going to quickly run through the ones. 1-1 away from Derby, who of course playoff contenders, usually. We did lose to Brentford, which kind of put things back into perspective. 2-1 loss at home against Brentford, who were 19th at the start when we played them. Moved to 14th with that win, because everything's still fairly bunched together at this stage. Then also 2-2 against Stoke, who you saw there had the second highest budget, which also included goal of the season, as far as I'm aware. Quite frankly, I don't know how there's going to be a goal better than this for us this season. Now, I'm not sure how long this high is going to go, but here's Texera picking it up there, and I may have said the words "Oh my lord" out loud when that happened. So yeah, 11 points, 8 games. Sheffield United in the league away from home. It's on telly, apparently. Guess it's a fairly local game. And then Wolves away in the Carabao Cup third round. Bringing you both of those. However, there are a few more transfers that I did mention were in the works going, and one actually happened after the transfer window shut. One outgoing, Richard O'Donnell, the what should be our first choice goalkeeper, has gone out on loan to Rotherham, who did get relegated. Might regret doing that, but we do obviously have Sergio Luis as the prospect goalkeeper, who's sort of my second choice personally, and then Golubovic took that first choice from Richard O'Donnell in the first place, so he's gone out on loan. What incoming is Dalcio, who is sort of basically our backup, our second choice backups to our wing positions. He can go on both sides, which is great. He's sort of our backup to Scannell for the most part, because we don't really have a decent backup to Scannell. So that's why I brought him in for the most part. Decent physicals, average elsewhere basically. That's why he's here. Cost me 34.5k from Benfica's second team. That's why he's here. And then a couple of loans from, ironically, West Ham. And Liverpool. Curtis Jones sort of operates there. Can go up front if he need be. Yeah, a lot of decent stats on him, let's be fair. 6'2", good physicals. First touch and dribbling, 15. Passing technique, 14. Determination, 14 as well. Flair, so he'll probably improve over the season as well. Yeah, finishing's only 12, so that's why he's sort of more attacking midfielder than striker, but he's 18 and a lot of potential in him. If we can sort of keep him around on loan again for next season, I'd probably enjoy that. But he's appeared twice for us. He sort of appears in the games that we kind of operate with the attacking midfielder rather than the defensive midfielder. So Klopp's not happy at this point because he's only appeared in 2 games, but hopefully we'll get some home games against some weaker sides soon that I can feel a little bit more comfortable with attacking midfielder than defensive. And then Conor Coventry, you may have seen him on the score sheet actually. He was on the score sheet against Stoke as well. He scored a pretty ridiculous long shot goal as well in that, but that might be part due to it. 18. Determination 16. Physicals are, well, he's a bit of a tall one, so jumping reach is 19. His heading's only 12, which is weird. But, yeah, first team players, this is can improve. He was the lone player I was sort of getting in for in the midfield group. Ferreira has been injured, so does mean O'Brien is playing in that midfield at the moment. But, yeah, so essentially we refreshed our entire midfield 3 for this season, thanks to us. He's on loan, though, so decentish in every other area. But, yeah, long shots... He's essentially an upgrade on Jim O'Brien for the fact his long shots are 18. But, yeah, decent physicals. Mentals are alright for the most part. Not very flair, but when you've got 6'6" legs, flair maybe is a little bit thinking too much. Finishing's only 9, but yeah, that's a weird paradox. Finishing 9, long shots 18. See how that works for us this season. And lastly is sort of just a backup free transfer after the window shut. Manny, left back, just because I needed someone there, as well as because Connor Wood, I don't know how well Connor Wood's going to develop. We kept getting offers for Connor Wood to go on loan, so I kind of figured if I get someone in permanently, that would allow Connor Wood to maybe go out on loan and get some first team football. And then no one ever came in with an offer for loaning out Connor Wood after I got Manny in, which was annoying. But yeah, decent speed on him. Not the tallest, so he hasn't got the greatest jumping reach. Strength is 7. Dominican Republic, so he does actually get international stuff. But thankfully now we're in the Championship, we do get breaks for international, so that's not so much of a problem. Very low determination. But yeah, it's kind of just a 21. He's still got a little bit of room to grow, maybe, but he's essentially just squad player for that left-back position for the most part. The lineup against Sheffield United is as such. Golubovic in goal, Correa, O'Connor, Garcia and Riley. One thing I do like about this is Correa and Riley do actually enjoy both sides of this. They can play on both sides, so if I need to make tactical switches and substitutions, either of them can take over the opposite side, which is great. Norman in that deep line playmaker role, Coventry in ball to ball. O'Brien's in the middle over here. Inside forwards of Dalcio and Scal, just because Texera is really rather tired for some reason. And then Saramago in the striker position today. This is the problem, because 4 goals for both Doyle and Saramago. It's really hard to separate them. I'm just going to start Saramago today. I think he's a little bit pacey, a little bit younger. Might work a little bit better on the break than Doyle. It's really hard to judge the two of them, to be honest. Sort of playing this custom gegenpress situation where sort of fewer instructions seems to be working for us. I mean, like I say, 2-2 against Stoke, who have 10 times the wages we do. Fairly good going. But this is how we're lining up for this. Casey Palmer is a player I would have liked if I'd had any wage budget at all to get him in on loan. I think he wanted, they either wanted £5,000, £10,000 a week, Chelsea did for him. I wanted to get him, but yeah, didn't have the budget for him. But this is a sort of the 4-2-3-1 situation that I would like to play if I was ever the favourite in any match. Just run the underdog and faith combination. Seems to do the job. Also, Stoke are top of the table. So 2-2 against them. Pretty good going. Right, so Riley on the right-hand side with a throw-in for us there. Now, let's see where this one goes. We do seem to be playing in black a lot more in this division for some reason, which is good. But that's gone to their defence. We are hounding them, so I wonder if we're going to get an interception on that. No, we're not. That gets to Barnes. For them, there's Palmer. Barnes already looks really tired 4 minutes in. That might be something to exploit, hopefully. But they're going to go cross into Billy Sharp, who is going to get that just past Golubovic, who really should do better there. Damn. Okay, 1-0 down already. So with Fleck, Garner, if I could say my words great. So yeah, Billy Sharp gets a free header there, and Golubovic really should do better, let's be honest. That just sort of coasts in very slowly. Now, we're seem to be in the late game today. We are playing on cautious away from home here, of course. Norwood. We do intercept that with Coventry. Saramago on the ball here. Out to Dalcio, who manages to play in Thierry. I'm going to call him Thierry rather than Correa, because that's his name on the thingamajig. O'Brien gives it to Barnes, who is quite tired, but running nonetheless. Gets it to Sharp. We're not even playing like high line here, and that's still managed to cut through us. Slightly worried by this. Oh, we've had a shot apparently. Okay, throwing for us, VARabao out on the side here, Dalcio on the ONSFO. O'Brien, we know we can smack him. That hit the post. Don't think the goalie was even realised that. Who's stalking him in the front there? That was weird. 20 minutes gone. 2 shots we've had. Although we do have another highlight here, so that goes out to Norman, who gives it to O'Brien again, who can smack it from there, and he does. 4th goal for Jim O'Brien, continuing his ridiculous form outside the box. I think he was the one who actually salvaged the 1-1 against Derby as well. Still managing to get us these points that we really ought to not be getting, to be honest. But yeah, Norman just holds the ball up there and just scoops it to O'Brien in the middle, who does that. Still, I really feel like opponent teams should be paying attention to O'Brien's outside the box ability. That's not even Coventry, who has 18 long shots. I think O'Brien only has 12. We looked at that the other day. He only has 12 long shots and still manages to do that. Okay, that's just cut us open from their goal kick. Globovic is, let's just say, fairly handy in goal. Diangana with the corner, although corners from highlights that already existed don't tend to go anywhere. And this actually could be a break for us, maybe. We do have players on either side running and running, if they can find them. Nope. Oh, Jim O'Brien's taken a knock. I'll let him just see if they can get to half-time with that before I take him off. And yeah, we get to half-time, 1-1. It is worth mentioning Sheffield United, despite being essentially twice, well, half the odds of winning this match than we are, only 1 point ahead, only 1 point more than us and 1 place ahead of us in the table. Considering everyone else has played today, we are 15th and 16th respectively. Decent team talk. And yeah, I've just brought Reeves on because it's a groin injury and they tend to be a bit annoying. So Reeves on for the second half. Shame really, because we could... Oh, Coventry's over the ball here. Don't know how long shots translates into free kicks. Not great, apparently. Billy Sharp, we should really be closing down. That's gone to Globovic at the back, who is apparently going to run halfway up the pitch with... I really hope... Yeah, really glad no one was waiting to nick him for that. That would have been embarrassing. But it's gone back to him again. Forward to O'Connor. Norman brings it out to the wing where Thierry is waiting to run a little bit and give it to Dalcio, who may just give it back to him. No, that's a good sliding tackle, apparently. Thought that might have been a red card highlight for it briefly. Billy Sharp is free to hit it against Globovic, who then saves the second shot. Globovic, frankly, stroke of genius. I'm so glad he came in. Oh, one thing I should mention, I think Globovic is one of those players who I promised to get in the playoffs in 21-22. Never mind. Egan scored from a corner. But there's a few players who I promised to get into the playoffs by 21-22. I realise that's 1 more year than I thought when I made that promise, because obviously the first season this is the current season that we're in right now, and my brain is 1 season ahead in terms of Football Manager. So I actually have 1 more year to get in the playoffs than I thought I did. I was thinking we were going to have 2 years to do that, and then I might have to try and persuade them to give me 1 more year with that promise. But no, I've got 3 years to get there, which is seeming much more likely considering what we're doing. VARabao is being sort of pushed outside, but Reeves is waiting, and that's a decent save. VARabao still got it, though that's going to be a corner. Who's taking the corners these days? Because O'Brien is usually one. Norman's swinging that in. That's just gone to their player, and I really thought Scannell was the one that hoofed that back to Riley. Let's freshen up the side. Yeah, just bring Colville on for his first appearance in the Championship, and Manny at left back. Just freshen up the 2 most tired players, basically. But yeah, there we go. That should freshen up the side. Just give them something to think about in the last 10 minutes. I mean, 2-1 loss isn't terrible, if I'm honest, away from home to a team that's apparently twice as good as us. Literally nothing happened in the second half, apart from their goal, apparently, which is disappointing. Bulldog is exhausted, but still playing. If we can just hunt them down, that'd be great. If we could do some actual pressing. Riley sort of intercepted that. He has. He's got it now. This is just going to see out the game, I presume, but who knows if he can find an incisive pass. Never mind. 2-1 loss. Yeah, just fire them up for the Wolves match. A few changes then in terms of the team against Wolves. I'm just going for a little bit more experience in the team in general. So Saris is in for Garcia. A little bit of extra height on Saris and his heading ability. I feel like it's going to be slightly more important here. Same with Doyle, just a little bit more experience in the striker position for this one. And then, just because Jim O'Brien is fit and borderline kind of tired, Reeves has come in for him to start this match. And that's literally all they've changed at this point. So, Texeira's back to decent fitness and as well. So he's come in as our choice on the left-hand side there. They line up in exactly the same formation as we do. I think they've gone for a slightly rotated side there, unless they brought in a lot of new players. I said we had nothing to lose and then gave them passion of faith. So the latter worked the better. Right, so here we are, Carabao Cup third round against another Premier League team, where we have a free kick immediately for Coventry, which skims the bar by the looks of things. There we are, already started decently well. We are playing for set pieces in general as a tactic, because that seems to be something that we do well with. 14 minutes thereabouts, and there is a highlight here where they're just passing around and managed to bypass our player over there. Catalano managed to whip it in, and that hits the post. Thierry clears. Is this highlight going to continue? No. I don't think Coventry has the best fitness on our side, so he does seem to get a little bit tired fairly quickly. Let's see how this goes. Half an hour. Oh, Adama running down this side here as we slide tackle that to another one of their players, which is annoying. That skims it. What's happened here? A corner immediately on a highlight. That was a slightly weird start to a highlight. I'm slightly worried where this is going. Scannell's going to run after that. Scannell's got onto that now. He gonna hoof it to Doyle over here. Yeah, Doyle should get to that. If he passes that backwards, that'd be great. Nope, he's going to get tackled by... Oh, it's a free kick. He's been summoned. That's a yellow, I think. Yeah, it's just a yellow. What is the main point of this? Showing us this then. Norman's going to swing this in. Bonatini clears that. Catalano gets on that. And he's going to run. Is this a break for them? I mean, he's fairly clear in the middle. Nope. That was a terrible highlight. I apologise that we had to sit through that. But Diego Jota on the ball there. Ronan. Just Ronan. Stephen Defoe is a player I forgot actually existed. But he's at Wolves now. I don't know if he's at Wolves in real life or they've just picked him up. But Texeira's gone on to this now. He's going to charge at their defence, sort of. Play a nice ball actually through to Doyle by passing 2 or 3 of their players, but he's going to get tackled. They're sort of passing through their defence, which I don't like. Adama is sort of clear to run through here. He's just going to go past Saris, who just lets him do it, really. Saris is better than that. They are dominating this game. Off on possession. Scannell put that in. That would have been great. Half-time still 0-0. I will take that. Yeah, 0-0 at half-time. I will take that. I'm probably going to look... Bradford are 3-1 up against Newcastle here. And Fulham are beating Everton 2-1. Some surprises. Oh, Ipswich up against Watford as well. Not sure if Ipswich were relegated. I think they were. Just hoping everyone can dig in here. Some players not with great ratings, if we're honest. But we kick off the second half. Yeah, Norman's already very tired. Well, Norman and Coventry both tire fairly quickly, which isn't great for us. We'll just see if we can get a little bit more speed in this second half. Thierry on the ball here. Gives it to Reeves in the middle. Who actually does a nice through ball, but he's Doyle offside here. They've not called it yet. Oh my god. That should have gone in. I've realised Man United have signed Hazard in this save. Because he's scored in their match. But Diego Jota is charging our defence. And I'll say once again goes past Saris. But our defensive midfielder there just sort of cuts him off instead. Adama gets it to Jota, who just has a free shot. Great. Good defending. Not really. I mean, just watch Jota's movement here. Riley just completely ignores him. That was god-awful defending. Time to change things up a bit. Just going to change a few people who aren't playing that well. Sorry, I mean, I have to go positive here because, you know, you lose, you lose. Let's get a bit more young, fresh blood in here. I thought experience would help, and they've just smashed it against their player who's... I mean, Adam was going to get on that? No, O'Connor's going to get on that. I thought there was going to be a break for them for a second, and then we've just hoofed it to Defoe. Moutinho in the middle here, who's very tired. I mean, their team is very tired in general. If I get some young pace in here, that might... Never mind. Never mind. I mean... Oh, VAR! VAR is happening, folks! He is offside. That is disallowed. VAR has happened. I'm so excited by VAR. What's happened? That's something I really shouldn't be that excited about, let's be honest. But they've got a highlight, maybe. They're just passing around freely, really, let's be honest. They do actually technically have less possession in this match than we do, somehow. If we can maybe close him down and do literally anything to stop him from having that shot, that'd be fantastic. Right, so basically I've got a dilemma here. Do I take off the not playing that well Thierry or the very tired midfield? I think we've got to do the midfield here, really, don't I? Yeah, let's get O'Brien on for Coventry here. And just go straight up. I mean, we're going to have to go attacking here. Well, that didn't really work, did it? Or we can do literally nothing for the rest of this game. That's something we could also do. Nothing. Let's be honest here. Wolves are predicted to be 11th in the Premier League in their season. And we are predicted to be bottom of the Championship. 1-0. Diego Jota. That's not really an embarrassment. We were the underdogs, gave it your best. There kind of really needs to be a comment somewhere in between I'm far from pleased and yeah, alright. I want there to be a comment that's just sort of I'm slightly concerned about the way we played there. That wasn't too bad, but really could do with some improvement. Not far from pleased. That seems very drastic. I need somewhere halfway in between these two. Sort of yeah, alright and far from pleased. Sorry for FM20, I guess. Kind of looking at this, it doesn't really look like we've had the best of Septembers, but you know, we have played top of the table Stoke away and got a 2-2 draw there. Only lost by 1 goal to Sheffield United away from home, and then we played Wolves away from home. So it's 3 away games. The Brentford game is the one that stands out because they are they were 19th when we played them. But we've got a home game against Hull next. So despite the fact August actually looks quite nice for us in terms of the games we played, September's not gone too great. Admittedly, it's 3 away games against teams that are, well, I was about to say teams that are better than us, but every team is. Loss against Bradford kind of stands out because we were ahead of them in the table when we played them, but Stoke and Sheffield United are 2 away games that, realistically, getting a point from either of those would be a victory for us. And again, with Wolves, of course, Premier League, only losing by 1 goal on both of those is pretty good, to be honest. Home game against Hull next. Probably bringing back for Barnsley and QPR. See how we stack up against a team that we came up with, Barnsley. And then QPR as well. I think I'm bringing both of those. It's first 2 games of November. Seems a nice distance away. So until then, thank you guys for watching. Ta-ra.